Here are 4 red flags when picking a personal injury attorney. Red flag number 1.
If you're talking with or communicating with a lead generation company and you are a victim of a semi-truck wreck, then that's a red flag. So what is a lead generation company? A lead generation company is a company that only cares about acquiring potential clients and selling them off to lawyers. Now, the problem with that is they're not lawyers typically. They usually are backed by venture capitalists. They are funded and they're set up by companies that all they care about is generating a lead that they can sell off to somebody else. And so when you're dealing with somebody that's a middle person between the law firm and yourself, that's a red flag because they don't have the same ethical obligations or duties that lawyers do. They don't have the same desire or need to take care of you or make sure you get to the right attorney. They only care about selling that lead. And we're seeing horrific problems. We're seeing these folks contact victims, take advantage of victims, and guide them to attorneys that aren't qualified or shouldn't be handling the case. And that's improper. It's a personal solicitation possibly if they contact you directly, but regardless, it's not in your best interest and it's a red flag.
Red flag number 2.
It may be a red flag if you've been contacted by what is claimed to be a victim advocates group. Unfortunately, we are seeing some law firms forming like a victim assistance group. And then this victim assistance group reaches out to victims and they do things that lawyers cannot do. In every state, you're not allowed to directly solicit somebody unless there's a few exceptions, like if you have a relationship, you're a past lawyer. You're not allowed to directly solicit victims of accidents because typically they're not in a good state of mind when they've suffered a loss of life in their family or a catastrophic injury. And so we have rules that prevent that. In some states, it's even illegal. But these organizations, these victims assistance groups or advocates are reaching out to people because they're not lawyers. They don't have a rules of ethics. They have no professional code of conduct. If you've been approached by one of these organizations and you didn't contact them, they contacted you, that's a red flag.
Red flag number 3.
If you're contacted by a healthcare manager or somebody who works in a chiropractor's office, physician's office, physical therapist, doctors, and they reach out to you after an accident and you have no relationship with these folks, then that may be a red flag. Lawyers are prohibited. We're not allowed to personally solicit business from personal injury victims. And there's good reasons. It protects the victims during their weakest and most vulnerable times. Unfortunately, though, there's other industries, other businesses, other folks that aren't regulated by that same rule of ethics or professional code of conduct. And these folks will get in cahoots with lawyers, and the lawyers will personally solicit through them. The lawyers do something they're not allowed to do through somebody else. And that's still wrong. All I know is that if you are contacted by a healthcare worker and you have no relationship with them, and they call you and suggest that you can come in for a free visit or free exam, and then they try to force you to hire a lawyer that they pick, then that may be a red flag.
Red flag number 4.
If you've been in an accident and you've been injured or someone in your family's been injured and you get contacted by an insurance person or someone who claims to be from your insurance or the insurance company from the other side, and they suggest that you contact a healthcare provider and they specifically name somebody, that might be a red flag. Most insurance companies, unless it's workers' comp, are not going to suggest or recommend that you go to a particular or specific doctor or healthcare provider. What I would suggest is that you find out and say specifically, what insurance company are you calling me from? Give me the phone number that you're calling me from and the email address. And then I would follow up with the insurance company and ask specifically, did you call me and did you recommend it? Because you'll probably find out that they didn't. So if somebody contacts you and they say they're an insurance person and they refer you to a specific doctor and it's not workers' comp, then that may be a red flag.